one of the things he always said is that in life he had a motto: three things that you do not do, and one thing you can do without. The three things you don't do is that in danger, you should have no fear, and that's number one. Number two is that when you are faced with injustice, being treated unfairly, being accused of things you did not do, do not have fear, have anger, because at most times when you are wrongfully accused, people have anger, frustration, and he said, don't do that. The third thing that you do not do is that when you are in difficulty, trouble, lots of things you cannot handle, take it easy. Don't have worry, because worry is not good for you, and there is nothing you can do about it. So these are the simple things. The one thing he said you can do without in life is without guilt. The most difficult thing to do in life is to live a life without any guilt. That's very easy to say, but it's not an easy thing to accomplish. So this is the type of man Hong Junsheng was.
Every time I see him every year, my theory on when I do Tai Chi, I have the same theory, but I go there, he says the same words to me that I thought it was the right, but he feels he does it to me. I don't feel anything like that. So, but as we went on over the years, and I see him all the time, his progression jumps by light years compared to me. He just has a complete understanding of this style.
Well, and yet, even though
person.
you say it's complete, it continues to advance
and it conforms to the right physics. It conforms to the right rules and principles of Tai Chi. He doesn't go. He never. His form since '86 doesn't look any different to me. He has the same form, but his skill level is improved. Looks exactly the same. And this is one of the stories of Hong never changes either.
Right.
He's 1956. When he does the form on these certain bricks, he always lands on those certain bricks. He never changed his body, because why change if it's perfect? Right.
Yeah, I remember at some point you mentioned there was a kind of pivotal experience when you first started learning with Joseph that was either make it or break it for you. Would you mind touching on that again with us?
All right. I went to the high school where he was interning at, and it was a Tai Chi meeting at 3:30 after school. So, and I was already an instructor in martial arts as a teenager, and like as a teenager, you have a big ego about everything. You thought you were pretty good. So Tai Chi meeting, I thought I'll take this guy on. Actually, I'll go in there and probably hurt this guy, because Tai Chi, what can I do? So he's a Tai Chi meeting, so I sat in the back, and he saw me in the hallway showing off a lot. He goes, "You, why don't you come up here?" I said, "Okay, I'll come up there and I'll show you something." He goes, "Why don't you touch me?" I touched him. He goes, "Well, punch me as fast as you can." "Well, are you sure?" He goes, "Yeah." So I just cocked up and I ready to hit him. He just dropped me to my knees, and I don't know, I've never felt anything like that before. And every trip I take with every one of his brothers or sisters, of Shifu's brothers or sisters in China, caused me that kind of same sensation. You touch and then you just go down. You touch and you just go down. But it's a different way of they do it, but it's always that sensation that your body can't do anything. Anyways, after that day with Shifu, that day I said, I quit Kung Fu. Yeah, I still continued on, because you always question it. Is this right for me? What if I did this to him? So over the years, I also took more, like I said, I took many styles. And I was questioning. I went back to him, testing him. And he didn't know this. Now that he will. But I tested him with Bagua, I tested him with Wing Chun, and every time he proved me wrong. And I thought, no, this Tai Chi can't take on this kind of speed of Wing Chun. He can't take the Bagua power of spinning. He did the same move to me, and I'm always shut out. See, the thing with Shifu is that even with all the disciples that we've met in China here, he's the only one that causes a sensation that makes me bounce up. And this is what you hear the stories of Hong. Hong never threw anyone up. He bounces people upwards.
Right.
And like I was telling some of my students, Shifu and Hong, maybe not the degree of Hong, Shifu can't do the same degree as Hong, but how is it a person, you cannot physically jump back 10 feet, you will go back 10 feet though. He cannot physically even football tackle you as hard as he can and send you back 10 feet. Both you doing one move in here, you would jump back that far and he didn't have to physically push you. Where does that power come from?
Yeah, he's not sweating.
He's not sweating. And I've seen pictures of some of my students on a digital camera where I'm airborne. I don't think I can jump that high. If I ran and jumped as hard as I could not jump that high. Where did that power come from out of my body? There's no power, obviously. So definitely the people who understand it to a higher level, people who don't just want to move their arms around, who really understand the Tai Chi and are quite realistic with how the body moves, they will flock to Shifu. It's because from my belief, like I say, I'm rebellious. I will if Shifu doesn't do it right, I will try to do something against him, but there's nothing you can do against him. And people right now, from his students I've seen across North America, we're similar in our thinking. This is why we go to him. We don't want to do the chi power thing or just wave our arms around or strengthen our muscles. He has a skill that we all would love to even get a drop of.
Same thing that happened with me and Master Chen. I mean, I literally, I remember he actually was doing the Hunyuan cannon fists, and as soon as he started to move, literally my jaw dropped, and I was just like dumbfounded, and I was just like, that's amazing. He has, I could just tell he had great ability, and I knew that's who I was going to study from. And pretty much the first time I saw Master Chen do Tai Chi, or we saw Master Chen do Tai Chi, it was decided he was going to be our next teacher.
And what about that initial encounter made that decision so firm for you?
Honestly, I can't say it was, him as a person or anything, because I literally just met him. It was the way he moved when he did the form. I just watching him do the sets, I just knew that he was who I wanted to study Tai Chi from.
Well, I'm trying to be the least biased I can, and I've been not just in this system, but crisscrossing China for a long time, seeing many teachers and now many Tai Chi uncles. Again, it's hard not to sound biased, but I think that my Shifu stands out.
First time I saw Master Chen, Master Chen did Yilu, and that was the most amazing thing I ever saw. I thought that was really inspirational. After that, I thought, oh God, I'm going to practice like 5 hours a day, and that was the most amazing thing I saw.